Hey, you guys, this is your girl, Coach Ebony Nicole, and we are here for another episode of the Black Authors Rock podcast. I am the vice president of the Rochester Black Authors Association, and you all know what I'm going to say. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to this channel, okay? As well, if you are watching this on Facebook, make sure you follow us. And if you are listening to this on Spotify or Anchor, make sure you follow us. All right. If you want to be a featured author on a podcast, stay until the end because I'm going to tell you how you can join us. So, what we're going to do today is one of the things that I love. You know, your girl loves talking to authors and to get them to brag about themselves. Because, I mean, if we're going to take the time to write a book, we might as well brag about it. And so today I have I said her name 20 times.
Mbinguni.
Mbinguni. And I was so close.
It's all right. It's all right.
If you are listening to this, just know my face is screwed up because I just Mbinguni. We went through this 17 years. We've been talking about her name, and you're 18. I still don't got it right.
It's all
Miss
good.
Mbinguni, and this is her her professional name as an author. So we're gonna get into it. Miss Mbinguni, let us know who you are and where you're from.
So I am from a little small island in Northeast Florida called Amelia Island, or also known as Fernandina Beach, Florida.
Finding a beach?
Fernandina Beach. Fernandina Beach.
I was like, what is finding a beach? Finding a beach, Florida?
No, that's the country coming out. It's Fernandina Beach.
Okay, go ahead.
But to those who live there and love it, it's Fernandina. We take a whole syllable out. So Fernandina Beach is where I was born and raised. And I currently live in St. Mary's, Georgia.
Okay.
And I've been writing for as long as I can remember. I was an avid reader thanks to my grandmother. And I started writing very early. And I just decided to, toss my hat in the ring and try to do it professionally. And so I'm here to talk about my debut novel, Looking for Hope.
All right, well, let's get into it. Tell us about this book.
So I'll show it so everybody can see it. I had to run and go get it.
Right.
For Hope.
Yes.
And, it took me 14 years to write the book. It took a very long time. I would start and stop and start and stop. So it is a historical fiction, a women's fiction, and it's set in the late 1950s. And our main character is 7-year-old Hannah Mouse Maynard, a very sweet little girl who has this. You said what?
I love the name Hannah.
Oh, okay.
I named my daughter Hannah.
Oh, okay. She's this sweet girl growing up in the late 1950s and, somewhat lower middle class family. And this tragic event happens, and it is the catalyst for an adventure that she and her father go on kind of across the country. And she experiences a lot of trying things, but she has this coterie of women who kind of surround her and become what she needs to grow into the woman that she becomes. And so it's, it's a tale that is very near and dear to my heart because it's my first book, and she lived with me for a very long time. She would not leave me alone until I got her story finished. And so I had to get it out there into the world.
So I got a few questions popped up. One, I'll ask the first one. What inspired you to write Hannah's story?
She did. She came to me, and when I saw her, she had on these clothes that let me know that she was in the late 50s. And I knew immediately the catalyst for the story. And then kind of some of the other characters started popping in. And they just hung around with me until I wrote the story. It seems my characters don't like to let me go until they're very bossy, my characters.
Listen, I tell people when they want to write fictional stories, you can say, this is what I want my character to do, but your character like,
nope.
I know you lying. I'm not doing that. That's out of my character. That's
Right. She
I'm not
changed some
doing that.
things.
But this is what I am going to do. You're like, okay, all right. I was just thinking we could do. No, 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 no. I'm not going
Right.
that way. I'm
Right. They
going
are
this
very
way.
bossy.
They are, and then they be adding friends. You're like, well, who is this character? That's my best friend. Since when?
I'm like, oh, okay.
Listen,
All
the
right. Look
creative
at me.
mind is amazing. And
It
if
is.
you let the characters, and that's what I love when I was writing my books and when I, and try to get other people to do is even if you don't put it into your book, if you encounter a situation, ask yourself, what would Hannah do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is what Hannah would do. And so that allows you to know your your character's character
Mm-hmm.
and their morals and their values, and that creates a 3D character. So that's totally awesome that you let them. One, it took 14 years. So I'm gonna ask you about why it takes so long.
Okay.
But it's awesome that you let your characters drive the story because
Mm-hmm.
that's how you get the best out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, kudos to you, honey.
Thank you.
So question, why did it take so long?
Fear.
Of what?
Failure. I'm a perfectionist. And
Oh,
fear of failure and fear that I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So, you kind of like, I think I'm good, but
even right, it says writing was a thing.
right. But honestly, it did take validation from people that I admired, whose writing styles
Yeah,
admired to give me that confidence to say, okay, let me
that's all
push and let me.
confidence.
So I had two very amazing mentors, Suzette L. Harrison, who wrote Taffy and The Girl at the Back of the Bus,
Oh,
and
I've heard of Taffy
also,
before.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's one of my favorite books. And Tina McElroy and Answer, who wrote Baby of the Family and Hand I Fan With. And
Oh,
so those two women, in addition to my publisher and my best friend, who is an English major, those four women really helped shape me into the author I am now. So I
see,
wouldn't have been able to do it without them because I just didn't have that confidence in myself, even though I've been writing forever.
yeah.
Um, I didn't, you kind of think, well, who wants to read anything I wrote? Like,
And you'd be
you
surprised.
know,
You'd be surprised that once you get it out there, that's that block, and it's not even a mental. It's more of an emotional block.
Mhm.
And we as authors, we gotta check our emotions, but sometimes our emotions are like, did you just try to check me?
Right.
I said I am afraid. And you like emotions. You have nothing. I said what I said. What's the lady name? Who said that? What's the woman?
Nene.
Mimi. Your emotions like I said what I
I
said. I'm
said,
afraid.
mhm.
So
So
as authors, we got to get pushed past that. And what is one
absolutely.
thing that, besides your tribe of women who encourage you, inspire you, what's one thing that you did for yourself to overcome that fear to say, you know what, I'm worthy of this moment. I'm worthy of to finish and publish because you can finish your book, but
Right.
publishing it is one corner and the next corner is actually releasing it. Because some people
Mhm.
think, oh, it's published. You can publish it, but you don't have to hit that button to release it. So that's
Right.
the whole thing, different thing. But what encouraged you to say, what did you do for you to say, I'm gonna get this confidence, I'm gonna get over this fear, I'm gonna do it.
Because I really want to pursue full-time writing.
Mm-hmm.
I started kind of getting my feet wet with writing for some media outlets. So I
Okay.
started with Black with No Chaser, and around the time Lovecraft Country came out, I started doing a blog. So every time an episode dropped, I would do a review right
Yep.
after the episode, and that became really popular. And so that kind of was like, oh, okay, people like my voice,
Yeah, they're liking it.
Right,
That's right. Yes, yes.
right. And so that kind of helped. And then I started writing more articles. So now I write for both Black with No Chaser and Black Girl Nerds. And now, I've got outlets that are accepting pitches. And so it's kind of, boosting my confidence and saying, okay, girl, you got this, you can do this. So
So
that
what
in
was it that you
addition to that
did? Was it
tribe.
just you just was it that pivotal moment what that you got your you gained enough confidence to do it was when you started pitching yourself to other magazines or to magazines to do it?
It was just kind of when I it was really the pickup of the response to the blog. So what happened
Gotcha.
after people started realizing there was a blog out there,
Yep.
people started coming on my personal page like, "Where's this week's review?" So I was like, "Oh, okay." Like,
Do you still
"Oh, I
blog?
got to huh?"
Do you still blog for that particular thing?
I still blog for Black with No Chaser, but Lovecraft Country is over. So once the show ended,
Okay.
I stopped writing that particular blog, but I still write pieces for them. And I do a lot of like interviews and stuff for Black Girl Nerds. But yeah, that one was the kind of the moment where I said, okay, like,
People they want my words. They're eager for my words.
yeah,
So
yeah.
listen, your
So,
word. I say it often. Your words matter. And
mhm.
what I wanted to say to you is, I'm gonna put my coach hat on because I'm a writing coach. So I don't.
Okay.
That's my business. I'm a writing coach. So I want to say to you is, I ask you this: what is a current series that you enjoy on TV?
There's so many.
One
Because
top of
I
your head.
also want to write, like television movies. I am really in love with the art of storytelling. So it doesn't matter
Yep.
what form it's in. So I consume a lot of storytelling, whether it's
Hmm.
television, movies, whatever. So probably my boyfriend turned me on to Snowfall. So I've been binging that. And now I'm caught up. Like I started from the very beginning and now I'm caught up. So that was an interesting watch. I really kind of liked their character development and such for that show. So that's one.
Okay, so what I would say do blog that.
Okay.
And then because people like your words, you can monetize that. You can show people, hey, I get my readership on one blog post is 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
You pay me $100 for advertisement in the middle of my blog, and they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see it.
Gotcha.
And then you're investing $100 to be on a blog that's viewed 3,000 times. So
Okay.
the person, whoever does it, have the potential of gaining new clients. So
Okay.
I just want to tell you, put that out there. It doesn't have to be that. I was just asking so you
Right.
could
No, I
see
got
your
you.
passion is with story, but monetize it. Because that first blog you did, you could have definitely monetized that and say, hey, this is what I'm. These are my numbers. These are my numbers. These are my numbers. You get to be in front of, let's say your blog, in one blog, get 5,000 people
Right.
for an investment of $100, not get in front of 5,000 people.
Right.
Boy, sign your girl up. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
I
Thank you.
want
I
you to,
need to
I want to
start
encourage you to do that.
thinking about
Please, please,
that.
please. As you are doing that, think of ways so you want to leave your 9 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to figure out ways where we can bring money in that you put one thing out and it brings in money continuously for you. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Thank
You've
you.
already put in the work, might as well. And I will also encourage you to your review. You can do a reading blog or a vlog, a vlog. I think that's what it's called, a vlog.
I know
Give
what
your
you're talking about,
a
like
spoken. So
videos.
you love storytelling. You can recap that with a video,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then
I
you
hate
can monetize that as well because people can put at the bottom of your review you can have sponsored by Ebony Nicole Smith, the writing coach, blah 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 blah. And if you show your numbers, hey, I get 5,000 views a month on this one video for $100. You can scroll across it and it'll be there, so it doesn't matter if it's a year later and people are watching this vlog, they're going to see that this review,
response.
this vlog post by Ebony Nicole Smith a year from later. And all I paid was $200
All right. Okay. Thank
to
you.
get in front of your people. So
The
take
wheels
my
are
coach
turning.
hat off and put back on my interview hat. I love us, not just women or black women, but I love us as authors because
Mhm.
I strongly believe that a path to financial freedom, a path to getting out of the rut of 9 to 5. And I believe it because I left the workforce April 25th of last year. So this is what I do. This is what I do. And it's just
Man,
about finding different avenues to
right.
bring finances in. So if you do what you love what you do, and make money too.
Right.
That's it.
Thank you. Because
You're very
it.
welcome. Just get it. Just get it. So that will help you, on your journey to leaving your 9 to 5.
Okay.
So if there was something, I was gonna ask you if there's one thing you could do outside of writing. Well, that's a good question. What would you do outside of writing?
Huh.
Or is that just it?
Well, no. I'm an adventurer, so I'm that type of person that will try almost anything once.
Hmm.
So I have fallen in love with scuba diving. So I would
Oh,
probably be like either on some tropical island doing, scuba tours or something like that because I really love diving. So
and that's a passion. And I was just curious about it because sometimes people, as you want to be a professional writer, this is what you want to do. You still got to have time for other things
mhm,
that you enjoy. So I was just wondering. So when we with other aspiring authors or those who are already in the field, your day doesn't have to be filled with
right.
writing. You can still do what you enjoy. And what's so funny is that you might, as a fictional character, a fictional author, you can be scuba diving, and next thing you know, your imagination like, look at that shark. Write a story about, oh girl, something happened, and like, wait a minute. First of all,
Right.
imagination. I am too far underground to underwater rather to be worried about a shark that's not there. Because what you're not gonna do
Right. Okay.
is have me panic.
Listen, that's why I do not watch any of those movies that are like of bad stuff happens underwater because I was like, I do not need that in my brain while I'm diving because the way my brain is set up, no.
No, I went. This was I was this about 6 years ago. My friends and we went to on a cruise for my birthday,
Mhm.
and the experience. And I don't know how to swim, but I'll get in water as long as it's up to my chest and my feet is still planted on the ground or
Okay.
on the sand on the water. So we got on this thing. It looked like a bike, but it had a big dome and it was motorized, and the water did not come up above the chest. And the guy was like, "You just get in the water." He's like, "I'm gonna help you." I said, "Sir, if I die, I'm gonna hunt you." Okay. He was like, "You're gonna be okay, ma'am. Just trust me. Jump in the water." I'm not jumping. I'm going to slide down because I'm scared, sir. So I got in the water. I climbed down and got in. And you sit on this motorized thing, and you are so deep under. I think it was like uh I'm gonna say 30 to 50 meters underwater. But you
Mhm.
would think you're that low that the water is gonna rise up. But I guess it's the pressure or something. You didn't need
Mhm.
no oxygen mask or nothing because it flowed. It was just beautiful. But I
Wow.
share that because this imagination, it's like, girl, you're gonna die. I'm like, no. My imagination, like, what's that? I'm like, like it was
Yeah, sometimes in
fish
certain situations, off the
everywhere.
brain is not good.
It's not turned off. It's just going and going. And I'm like, it was fish, fish everywhere. And my imagination, like, those fish, those are piranhas. Not in this water.
Yeah,
Aren't
I
piranhas. Those
totally
are this little
understand.
fish who the guy had fish food, and when he would tap it, and the fish would come near you, but it was safe. It was safe. So it was go scuba diving, girl. And don't let your imagination be like, girl, you didn't see that shark over there.
Well, it actually being a scuba diver and connecting with another group or a group that does scuba diving for a specific reason that they're
Mhm.
Black scuba divers, that actually sparked the inspiration for the book that I'm writing now. So the
There
main
you go.
character in
And
the
that's
book
what
that I'm
happened.
writing now is a scuba diver.
See, and that's what happens. Reality can, your imagination can play off of your
Mhm.
reality. So a lot of authors, what I've spoken to and what I do myself is I'll take pieces of reality and put it in my fictional books
Mhm.
because sometimes people can read themselves and like, Eb, is that me? One of my friends, my very first book, Eve's Confession, the main character was having an affair,
Mhm.
and the guy name is Will. And my friend, she reached out to me. She said, Ebony, did I tell you about? Girl, I didn't know nothing about that. She was like, because the way you wrote this, like you just, no, sis, trust me, that was made up. She was like, well, I just thought I told you. No, you didn't tell me nothing, but you want to go ahead. Well, girl, what's going on with you? What happened with that? Like,
Right.
it's a hot mess. But the reality is you can transform your reality into a book and
Mhm.
just put on there, just change names, date, location, change the sex of the person so somebody read it. That sound like me, but I'm Ebony and that is Edward. But Edward sound really close to me. Girl, did you write me in your book? Because that sound like me.
Mhm.
Oh goodness, it's an amazing. So
It
what
is.
have you done as an author to further it into a business? So, because this year we're celebrating the authorpreneur. What are we doing beyond that? So, I know what you want to do, and your pastime, favorite things to do, or what you could do is scuba diving. But what have you done to push forward to an entrepreneur, to an authorpreneur?
Well, I am pushing the book itself, really trying to do more on social media, which has been challenging. I'm not, I'm very computer savvy. I just don't really like social media. So it's been especially being on camera and trying to do that kind of stuff. I don't really like it, but I am trying to push through that and become more savvy with social media itself. And also doing the different articles, even though I write my articles under my real name, I do highlight that I have a book available. So just trying to do things that get me more exposure as a writer, applying to different fellowships and grants
Yeah.
and those kinds of things. So just hustling, trying to get it out there, as well as maintaining my normal day-to-day activities. So
Okay, Mbinguni, this is what I'm gonna challenge you. Taking off my interview hat, putting on my coach hat.
okay.
I have a mastermind group. It's a
Okay.
12-month mastermind group. And one thing I encourage my ladies is to, when you get a burst of inspiration, something tells you, I need to share this. Don't think about it. Immediately go live. I don't care where you are. Let's do not somewhere private. Like, I don't want you to be in the bathroom. Like, you know what? But if you get that in the bathroom, just, finish up and then go live. Like, yo, hey, you guys, this is Mbinguni. I just want to hop on and tell you,
Okay.
I wanted to encourage you to do that. Do not overthink it. Now, you might have to breathe a little bit because I do. Sometimes I'll be like, and then I hit that button and go live. And I always start my live off with, hey, you guys. I don't know why, but if I don't say, hey, you guys, it's going to be, hey, you guys, this is not working. And I will close down and start over. But I encourage you to do it because people, if you not if you want people to know you as an author
Right.
and more, right? So people connect when they hear your story.
Right.
They connect when they hear your voice, not just writing now, but when they hear your voice, they begin to trust you. And so when they trust you, they'll buy from you. And I know that from the aspect of being an entrepreneur because I'm an authorpreneur and an entrepreneur. So
Okay.
from being an entrepreneur, I know people want to hear my voice, they want to hear my story. That's how they connect with me and how they trust me to help them tell their story. So like today, I'm working on my memoir called Heart Attacks Happen,
Okay.
and I got to a part in it where it was like a struggle. I actually cried. Okay. So I'm
Mm.
like, I'm about to go live. And I went live, 15-minute live, and I told them about the struggle of writing this book.
Mm.
And I shared with them why it was a struggle. I told them that, as a writing coach, I apologized. Two of my clients hopped on and I apologized to them and said, I used to just be like, oh, you can do it. Just write the book. Just write a memoir. You got it. Just your story. You know your story. Just write it. And I never realized what the struggle, the mental struggle behind it was. And so I apologized. Like, you know what? I'm sorry. And I
Mm.
apologize to anybody. I say, if you ever come to me, if you ever came to me and want to write your story and you were hesitant, I am sorry because now I can appreciate your
Mm.
hesitation. So people connect that way. And I just told them about my book is coming. It's not coming out until November, but I don't call it pre-marketing, but I'm marketing already.
Right.
So when I
Got
drop that link for them to say, hey, Heart Attacks Happen is available for pre-order, they've already used to hearing it. So I
Gotcha.
encourage you, if you are an expert on storytelling, you can do storytelling Saturdays. Just
Mm.
15-20 minute story. Even if it's off the cuff. Just, okay, today I'm going live. What am I going to talk about? What am I going to do a story about? Okay, go live and whatever comes out.
Right.
Whatever comes out. And then you can repurpose that.
I need to be writing this stuff down. No,
It's
I
recorded,
remember,
girl. You
but
good? It's recorded. You good? Hey, you guys. Let me just break in for a minute. Hey, you guys. This is Coach Ebony, or this is Ebony Nicole, the Vice President of the Black Author Association, or right, yeah, the Rochester Black Author Association. What you are experiencing is authors helping authors. Hello, somebody. Okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we encourage each other to do. Is to we know we all want to do. We know we all want to accomplish. And if you have the know-how, share it. Because you want your authors to all, we're on our different paths, but the same journey. And I want to see this woman succeed. And when you watch this, I want you to succeed as well. Okay. So I just want to throw that in there. So they might be like, wait a minute, what is happening here? Just, we just letting it go. Just let it flow. So I really want you to go live. Okay. Just do it. I know you about to freak out, but just do it because you have nothing to lose. Just
yeah.
hit the live, even if it's Facebook or if it's Instagram. I am a strong advocate now for Clubhouse. I don't have a room on Clubhouse, but I've connected with other people through networking. And so when they go live or when they open up rooms, they'll ping me in them and I'll go on their stages and have conversations. And they ask me, who are you? Oh, they be like, okay, coach, because I go by coach. My name is Coach Ebony. So people be like, hey, coach, how you doing, coach? How you doing, coach? So people hear it
Mm-hmm.
and they know who I am. But not only that, when I go up, they're like, okay, introduce yourself. Hi. Hey, y'all. I am Coach Ebony Nicole, the writing coach and publishing engineer. I help faith based men and women to write their books. Bam. Then I get into whatever the topic is. And I share this because that's another avenue for you to do two things: what you love, which is
Mm-hmm.
speaking, storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
and to monetize. I strongly, every author should be monetizing their product, service, and intellectual property. You have to monetize it. Okay. So I would encourage you to open up a clubhouse and do a storytelling and bring on other storytellers. And just like, you got 5 minutes to tell a story, 5 minute storytelling. Bring other storytellers on there, 5 minute storytellers. Since that's what you do, is there a community for storytellers?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you homework. I want you to find a community, and
Okay.
then either on Facebook, you can probably find a community on Facebook. But then if you do find a community, tell them, hey, find me on Clubhouse, and we can do a 5 minute storytelling. So where you can come on stage and you can do a 5 minute storytelling. If there's not a community of
Creative.
storytellers, you do it.
Right.
You do it. And you can do it for people who want to learn how to storytell and for those who are. And if you want to learn, this is where you come to learn. The different, I don't know, if there are, like, let's just say there's 10 points to effective storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
You go over those 10 points. You can take 1 week to talk about 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Or through video chat, live, going live in a group. You could talk about that one thing for 1 week, and that's 10 weeks of content right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
And then you sell your books.
Yes.
And then if there's, so like, let's say there's 10 points, right? So there's 10 points to storytelling. What you do is create an ebook.
Mm-hmm.
10 points to storytelling, and you sell it like $16.99 for the ebook.
It's this is so crazy because it's kind of like I feel like even though you just have to get past yourself. And because I'm like, well, I've only published one book. Like, how am I gonna tell people to start?
This is what I said. This is what I'm gonna tell you. When I launched my business, that's what I said to my coach. I was like, I don't have any proof that I can publish people. She was like, how many books have you published? Two. She was like, well, how much proof do you need? I was like, oh, just she was kinder than what how I said it. Because if it was me, are you crazy? You did it twice. Oh,
Okay.
that was the proof. So you have proof that you know what you're talking about.
Right.
When you release a book, it doesn't matter what your book topic is, you are an expert in how to do it. You are a storyteller. You're an expert. You prove that with your book.
Okay.
Now package it, put a price on it, and sell it.
Right.
I'm all for it. Listen, how you want to leave your 9 to 5.
Yes. So
So
bad.
aspiring authors, I'm telling y'all, there is more beyond the book. The book is the foundation, and you have to build upon it. Just like Mumbai.
Mbinguni.
Mbinguni. Girl, I'm sorry. And we even talked about the importance of names.
Wait, that's a
Mbinguni.
new one.
Right
Nobody
before
else said Mumbai.
Mbinguni. I am so sorry. Mbinguni.
Oh,
Even
that's the funniest
I talk about the importance of names. And here I am, still 17 years later. Mbinguni.
Oh.
The information that you have up here, you package it, put a price on it, and give it to and put it in front of the people. Don't be afraid to talk about what you know.
Okay.
So I encourage you to do that, just because we want to get you out the workplace. And get out the workplace, you got to have money coming in. Unless you become so frazzled that you'll go back into the workplace, and then you're right back where you started. Work. No, plan, prepare, let those streams of income, let those train, keep going, and then your book is your what's the one in the front? That's the caboose. Is that the caboose?
The
Front of the train,
no.
the
Wait.
engine, because the back is the caboose. So the engine. So your book is your engine. Everything else lined up against it, you just pull it along.
Okay.
Just pull it along. Okay, so coach hat off.
Okay.
That coach hat just be. I had an interview yesterday, and my coach hat. So she was taking notes. It's so funny.
But I mean, you can tell that you love what you do and you're passionate about helping authors, and that's
I do.
wonderful.
I want authors to win all the way around. I mean, I want us to win because we can. We just have to
Right.
know what to do.
Right.
And so that's what I want you to monetize on your expertise, because you are an expert. So do your clubhouse, search for groups. If there aren't any groups, create one. Invite other people to it, and tell them to meet me over here in Clubhouse. We're gonna have 5-minute story time on Saturdays. Even if you do it just on Saturdays and then grow as you go along. But I want to encourage you to do that, as well as go live. And your lives, you can just read a snippet from your book. I would encourage you to read one of the climactic points in your book, not the one that get the Hannah and her dad cross country, not that one, but something else down the line. Okay. Read that, and then if you want to know more, go to XYZ ABC to purchase your copy.
Okay.
Talk about the inspiration behind it. Tell your story. Tell them this is 14 years in the making, and this is why it was 14 years. So yeah, and then people will connect with you in your story, and then this is where, let them know, hey, you guys, I'm an author, I'm a writer for this magazine, and today I'm talking, and my article that's coming out on Thursday is going to be about this. Make sure you subscribe to the link below, and get in there, whatever have you. So you got to tell people what you do. That's the only way. Because if you don't tell them, this is what I'm going to tell you what God said to me in December. He said, people cannot ignore what they see. And I was like, what? He's like, because I was like, because it was very random.
Right.
I was vacuuming. And I hear this meek voice, because God just people be thinking he gonna be, no, he's not like that, because that's that inner peace.
Right.
People cannot ignore what they see.
Hmm.
What does that mean? And so he told me, people cannot ignore what they see. A like, a comment, a share is not an indication that it was seen.
Mm.
He said people can scroll and see what you have and what you're doing. If you do not share it, they cannot see it.
Mm.
If they see it, they cannot ignore it. So
Mm.
I say this to you because sometimes I'll go live and I'm the only person on the live.
Mm.
I don't care anymore. I used to care, but now I don't care, because though people will see those replays
Mhm.
and I get some numbers from there. I'll post my stuff and people may not like it, but when somebody thinks, oh, I need a writing coach or a publisher, I'm ready to publish my book.
Mhm.
Somebody remembers seeing my post. They didn't
Mm.
like it. They didn't comment. They didn't share. They didn't drop a heart on Instagram. They didn't retweet it.
Mhm.
Nothing. But they remember
All
because
right.
they
Right.
saw it.
Mm.
They saw it. So I encourage you, get over the likes and the shares and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a thing for you, but it was a thing for me. I would be like, I posted this 2 hours ago. I only got 2 likes,
Right.
but I don't know how many people saw it,
Right. Okay.
because they cannot ignore what they see.
Okay.
So I encourage you, share, talk about it. I don't care if it's just you on that live. You know what you're talking about.
I'm about to start. Okay.
Do it.
I'm,
Push, girl, push. Because if
I'm-
you ever want to leave the workforce, the comfort zone is not your friend.
right.
Comfort zone is not your friend. Your comfort zone is your cage, and you cannot think of a puppy. Puppy can't go anywhere.
Right.
They caged in, but once you open that door, they go crazy. Lose their mind. Like, why are you running around? And it just, get back. You about to you tripping? Get back in the cage.
Oh
But
no.
but once they out, they want to be free, and it's just like us. Once we're out, once you're out of that comfort zone, you're like, oh, this is nice. Oh, I can do that too. You talking? Well, I got 7 streams of income in a year,
Right.
all because I got out of my comfort zone.
It's
That's all
about
I
to
got.
go down. Okay.
Oh my God. Listen, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be an author. And I
Yes.
understand the mental blocks, but I understand, like, once you get through that first mental block or emotional block of who's going to buy it, who really want to hear my words, who's going to be inspired, they don't have anything to be inspired by because you haven't released it yet.
Mm.
Or who's going to buy it? Well, you have to put yourself in front of people for them to see it.
Mhm.
So I'm going to ask you this one last question. If you were to, for all of our authors, aspiring and those who are current, if they find themselves in an emotional block, thinking all these things that they can't get past, what would you tell them?
Find a practice that helps you relieve that. That I went through a period where I really was not writing, and my Suzette L. Harrison, one of my mentors, suggested to me. She was like, get a not ritual in the, but
Yeah,
create
like a
your own
routine or
ritual,
something. Yeah,
right? That helps you um release. And so she made some suggestions of things that worked for her, and I tried them and they didn't work for me. And then I started, I would meditate and then pray before writing. And that was it. Like when I do that, I can sit there and just go
yep,
until I have to stop,
yep,
to go do something else or whatever the case may be. So, um, and then just, also a part of it is making that decision that you are going to do it, whether you're scared, whether you're, whatever the case may be, you still are going to do it because it's in you and you don't have a choice.
yep,
So, like even with this new character, I kept saying to myself, I can't hear her. I don't know who she is. Even though I was asking those questions, I couldn't quite figure it out. And I hadn't been doing my practice. And so one day, that voice just said, you haven't been doing what you know works. So
Yeah.
I did it, and immediately, like, she's been flowing since I
Yeah.
started back doing that process. So it's just finding your process that works for you. You can try what other people suggest. Like, you may try meditation and prayer and it doesn't work for you.
Yep.
So but just finding your own process and then making the decision to do it, whether you feel like it, whether you're afraid, all of that. Because I didn't feel like writing today, but I still was like, nope, we got to get some writing done, because I'm really trying to push to get this book done this year.
Yeah.
So and I'm in the very early stages. So someone who took 14 years to write the first book, that feels like,
No,
girl,
there's
what?
more
You gonna do it
14
in one
years.
year?
One book every 14 years.
No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. So I'm just pushing forward. But I think having your own process is a very big part of it. Well, it can be helpful. It was helpful for me. So
Okay. That's pretty good because I like how you said your mentor gave you her process and it didn't work. And
mhm,
that's good to notice and take note of, because sometimes you'd be like, well, something is wrong. It's not working for me. No, I'm doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just that's not your process.
right.
And so I think it's very, 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 very good that you figured out your own and you
Mhm,
stuck to it, or you're sticking to it, and now it's yielding you the results that you're looking for.
mhm, mhm.
This author journey is amazing.
It is. It's
Amazing.
crazy, but it's
One that
really.
many people won't take because of those many reasons. But
Mhm,
I like how you said to find your own process, because once you do, it'll flow. You said
mhm.
once you found your process, it just flows. It just
Yeah,
goes. And
it flows. Like, and it's just so crazy because I've reached out to my publisher, I think it was Saturday, and I was like, I found her voice. And she was like, yes, okay. So because she knew I'd been talking with her about struggling with that. Like, I can't figure out who she is. And then so that was like one of those moments you're like, yeah, like I got
yes, so
it.
now you just know floodgates are open and everything is going to be well.
Yeah.
So people want to connect with you. How would they do that?
Okay, so my website is Mbinguni.life, and Mbinguni is spelled Mbinguni. So, and I'll put the book up again. So, Mbinguni.life is the website, and all of my social media is either Mbinguni.life or Mbinguni Life or Mbinguni L. So, like, I think my Insta is Mbinguni Life.
Okay,
So,
so we'll make sure to share all that in the caption, you guys. So do not worry, you will get all of her information. You guys, as always, y'all know I love this. I love this. My interviewer hat and coach hat. I think I'm just gonna keep both on and just having, just because I love helping authors. I think that it is an art, and as you move along your journey, you need to be connected with other artists and show them how to do what you do. And pull them along the way. So as always, if you are on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And if you would like to be an author on the show, you can go to rockbaa.org to register for free. We are a non-for-profit organization, so we are asking for a small donation of $10. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Sir, ma'am, still register. It's not a requirement. When you fill out the form, it's not required, but we do ask, okay? And if you have any ideas up here and you're like, how do I get this out? Reach out to us. Go to our website, click on comment, and just we'll talk with you. We want to connect with you. We want to see you succeed on your journey. And remember, there is so much more beyond a book, because we just talked with Mbinguni and she has like 17 things she got to do.
yes, I do.
Okay, maybe not 17, maybe 15 things you got to do. But these things that we just laid out, strategize with her, these things are going to be what she needs to have set up so that she can leave the workforce. So that's what we want to encourage you all to do, is position yourself, so that you can leave the rut of 9 to 5 and let your writing be what sustains you. All right. Mbinguni, any final thoughts?
Looking for hope. Go get the book. Check it
She's
out on
looking for
Amazon and
hope.
read all those
Look,
wonderful reviews.
you guys make sure you follow her Instagram so we can hold her accountable and be like, hey girl, where's the live?
I'm starting tomorrow now.
I'm gonna
I
follow
am.
you. I'm gonna follow you. I'm
I
gonna look for
am.
that live. And I'll be like, okay, yes, girl, yes.
Yep. I'm gonna get in the join the fray.
This is I told my friend, I text my best friend, I said, and it was just random. I think I'm gonna share it. I said, behind every successful woman is Ebony yelling, yes, girl. And she called me and said, you are a fool. I was like, do I not? Yes, everybody. She was like, you do be pushing, girl. I'm like, yes.
That's what's up though. We you know what? We all we got. We are
That
all we got.
listen, okay? Because if we don't, what I think it was Issa Rae that said, I'm rooting for everybody black.
Like, yep.
I'm rooting for all authors. Like, yes, you are a writer, like you a journalist, cool, but you're not an author. I'm sorry. This back this. You're a
Right.
blogger, but author and blogger are not the same. I'm sorry. I'm not rooting for bloggers. But you're a blogger, but I'm rooting for the author part of you.
Right. No, I got you. I got you. Man, it's hard though. It's hard. So we gotta support one another. It's a
Absolutely.
hustle. It is a hustle.
It is. And that hustle will, I would say, you continue to walk by faith and operate in such, and it will not be a hustle. It will be a walk, because that's what he wants us to do, walk by faith. He never said grind and hustle. He
Right.
said walk. So this is a walk by faith moment, and a journey rather. And you just learn as you go, grow as you go, monetize as you go.
Right.
People can say what they want to. I believe in Christ, but he's never said be poor.
Right. Okay. That part.
He never said before. He's like, I'm gonna give you. He said, I remember one year he told me, and I still live by this. He said, you have everything you need to succeed and achieve your goals this year. So every year I say to myself, you have everything you need to succeed and achieve your goals this year. So all my goals, I have everything I need to achieve them because it's already in me. So he never said be poor. He did say in Deuteronomy 8:18, I give you the power to obtain wealth. Where's that power?
Right.
But it's by his power. But he gave it to me. So that's all I mean, y'all don't need me to preach right now. This is not the platform. So we gonna cut. We're done, you guys. I am Ebony Nicole, the Vice President of the Rochester Black Authors Association, and this has been another episode of the Rochester Black or the Black Authors Rock podcast. You guys, any gems that you have heard today, take them and run, okay? Because it wasn't just for
Mbinguni.
They were not just for her. They were for whoever hears this, okay? Just take it and run and be successful, all right? So until next time, be great. Monetize your book, your platform, build it. Do not be afraid because scared money doesn't make money. Get out of your comfort zone. That is not your friend, okay? Your comfort zone is your enemy. Get out of it. Just walk away, be like, deuces, I'm done. And let me know how it works for you. Until next time, have a good one.
Bye, everybody.